Sky, bro, never let
I
me down, son.
I had to do it, man, because I like you was looking down. I was like, I'm getting, I'm getting.
Why you like ravishing Rick Rude, son?
Hey,
Bro.
on the low, Ravishing Recruit is hip hop.
Yo, ravishing Rick Rude was the straight. Hey, he was a G though, son.
So I'm trying to tell you, he literally would come in the ring and tell your woman, like he would flirt with your woman in front of you and be like, "You're not gonna do nothing because I'm Ravishing
You not
Recruit."
I'm ravishing Rick Rude, dog. I weigh like a buck 60, I'm like 260, all abs. What you
Right,
gonna do about it, son?
right.
Nothing.
I dare you.
Nah, ravishing Rick Rude was that dude, man. Shout out to him, man. If y'all don't know, man, y'all young bucks go look up ravishing Rick Rude, man.
Oh my God, what man? He
Him,
little known fact. He's the only person to ever be on WCW and WWE in the same night.
what?
In the same night. Remember when they had the wars going on or whatever? He they taped it the same day WWE released him. Is the same day he showed up in WWF. I mean in
That's
WCW.
gang. That's gangster.
And and the man was he's like one of the only members of the NWO and DX.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
He was in DX?
Yeah, he was in DX. He wasn't like
Ravishing Rick
wrestling.
Rude?
Yeah, he wasn't wrestling. He would walk around with their briefcase. It would be him in China. They're like he would walk
Yo.
around. Yeah, man. It's deep. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Listen,
Wow.
Ravishing Rick Rude, an Apollo legend,
Dog, nah, Ravishing Rick was that dude, man.
bruh.
Damn, I never knew he was in DX though.
Oh yeah, bruh. Like one of the funniest joints that I've ever heard in my life is I didn't know that all the great wrestlers came from Minnesota, and they all came from the same
Yeah,
high school.
yeah, all of them. It was Ravishing Rick Rude was one of them. Wasn't Mr. Perfect one of them?
Yep, Mr. Perfect, the Road Warriors,
Yeah.
all of them was in one high school. And I'm like, yo, they football team must have been crazy.
So you
Like,
know how
don't
much
nobody want to be on the wrestling team or nothing.
bro, you know how much drugs were getting done back then?
Man, what? My
Dog,
God,
they was them man was pumped up full of booze and steroids, son.
man, dude, like you come, you come to the first period with your nose bleeding, like
Right.
I'm ready to
Hey,
learn.
what that said. You need distance learning for that nigga. And hey. Ah, we're back. It's the OT show. I'm your host E.
Yo, I'm G, and don't adjust your filters. This is a different background for me. I'm I'm I'm
Yo,
I'm I'm in the living room. I got kicked
shout
out of
out
the
to your
basement.
interior decorator, yo.
Hey, listen, man, we getting a crunk around here, man. That it's a good feeling vibes right now, man.
Yo, like I feel like I should just lay in that room barefoot and
Listen
like
to Eric Benet. You know, listen to Eric Benet.
exactly. Yo, that's like the couch you go on when you just want to look at Oprah or some shit. Like you
Listen,
only you know you only look on that couch. You only look at OWN and HGTV.
that's I was just getting ready to say that. This is the very couch that I watched Chip and Joanna Gaines on.
I could tell. It looks like Chip and Joanne the decorated that joint.
I'm trying to tell you. I tell you, my wife came in, and I don't know if the ladies watching, if y'all understand this, but she had the pillow right, and she did this. I was like, I don't know why you just karate chopped the pillow, but she karate chopped the pillow, and she was like, "That's what you have to do." And I never noticed that. I was laughing. I was like, "Ah, she tripping, whatever." And then I saw them do it on HGTV, and I was like, "Yo, is this a secret society? Like, is this like a thing?" Like, you remember how they said Jay-Z had the handshakes and all that? Like, do interior decorators have like a thing like where they be like, like shiplap and then like walk away or something. Like, is it? Are
Yeah,
they Matrons? It's crazy.
dog. Like I realized that with my ex wife, dog. Like I'm telling you, like it was weird. Like they all, it's like a whole thing. Like people that design like that. Like I didn't know what feng shui was. I still don't know what it is, but whatever. Like like
Like my wife,
yo, they
she hit me with this. She says, "Don't don't sit with your back towards the door because it sets off the energy or something or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I turned the couch around. I was like, "This actually does make sense." I can see people coming into the door. I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." My oxygen level started going up. I mean, I felt great.
Hey
It's like it
man,
was
I had to give
cucumber
her some.
immediately.
Oh no, it happens, yeah. I got lemon water now.
He on his therapist couch. No,
It
you
definitely
need
looks like a therapist
no,
couch, yeah.
listen. You need a therapist couch, Phil, because
Hey Phil,
some
hey
of these
dog. All right,
comments.
so
Yeah, we
yo,
need to have Phil come in.
okay. Hey, look, no, we need to have an intervention with Phil, yo.
Yes.
Phil sends me the most blatant, disrespectful text messages I can never ever repeat. His text messages are the worst, yo. Like, if they found Phil's phone, he would get canceled, son.
Oh, I guarantee you, he's almost got canceled on some of these comments.
No bull, dog.
Like, cause like last week we had the money mentor, the financial mentor on the show, and I just got to be honest with you. Phil just started coming in with some stuff. I was just like, oh, Phil.
Yo, and I saw your face because I saw the comment pop up, and you was trying not to, you was trying to ignore him, but I was,
See, Phil, well, who
and
Phil
look,
was? Phil was that kid that like when you have hit black light at the kind hysterical. If it Phil was that kid that like when company was over, he would come out in a cape and underwear and just start dancing, just to embarrass you.
yeah,
Just to be like, hey mama, hey daddy, and then like
well,
run
yeah,
away.
with snow boots.
Yes.
It's like, what is about every kid in snow boots, dog? Like mad kids be like loving snow boots, man.
It'd be like July. They got snow boots on. It's like,
Yo, shout out
what
to
is
my
wrong with you?
yo, shout out to my cousin Kobe. Yeah, I never forget, dog. Like his favorite outfit was shorts and snow boots, and like he would wear snow boots all year round, son.
He was Andre 3000 before Andre 3000.
Yo, the Bambi, and this nigga used to hoop in snow boots, bro. Like he would shoot basketball in snow boots, yeah.
Listen, I will always remember that time that you invited me and our friend Stefan out to play basketball, and he told the story. It's pre-COVID. That was me hysterical. Uh, we he started telling this whole story, and Stefan is so green. Stefan is so like like innocent. He was like, yeah, man, because we had the crack in the front, so I had to run to the back. And then when I went to the back, I had to get the gun, and the gun was like this. And Stefan, mind you, Stefan, it was the funniest thing. Stefan's like 6'3", 6'4", and he's sitting on the basketball court like this, just taking in everything like his ghost stories. I was like, oh my God, this is bad. This is bad. And Stefan didn't even want to play no more. He was like, yo, I'm good. I don't feel like running right now. I'm good. I mean,
Ah
it's
man.
crazy, bro. It's crazy, man.
Hey, hey, before we get started, man, shout out to my man Rodney Wormley, man. My man with Ferocious Fitness, man. He helped the kid get down with the weight challenge, man. So shout out to him, man. I told him I was beefing though, son.
Yeah.
Cause it's a challenge. I didn't win. I didn't get first place, and I came in second, bro. I felt some way about it.
You try to get first place because that was your friend. See, that's what that is.
Nah,
See, you
no.
one
All
of
right,
them.
so
You one of them.
no. All right, all right. No,
You
not with that.
Republican.
All right.
You
All
Republican.
right.
Sorry.
No. This is what happened, right? All right. So I can be. All right. So this is what happened, right?
Uh,
So I lost the most weight, but I came in second place.
how?
All right. So they criteria. They did like a vote system, right? So they vote by like the weight you. They go by how much weight you lost and like you know what I'm saying like the look and all this other stuff. So it's a whole. I guess it's the way they do it. Like if you, I don't know. I need to see the criteria how they did the vote, but I don't know
What
how they
you have,
did the
what you have
vote.
to do? Show up like Michael B. Jordan and be like, they'd be like, "You win." Like what? Like
But I think what happened too. Also, I was the only guy that was in like the top five, and it was all
yeah,
females. So I think what I'm saying. It might you know how they
that
had
has
the thing where
nothing to do with it.
hey
He
look
too.
man,
He too. It's the
hey
He
look,
too
you know how
movie.
they had. Hey look, this is the only time when I was in like I wish equal rights was around now. But that's Wait, hey look, where's all that equal rights talk now, man? It's like
And, and I gotta be honest with you. Like I'm procrastinating. Now, mind you, I'm dieting now, so that's you could tell by my ambiance. I've been drinking almond milk and like I really feel like Eric Benet. I got to be honest with you. I really do feel like Eric Benet. If I had hair, it would be dreaded right now. Like it would just be. I'd be walking around looking like Lenny Kravitz. I'm not lying to you, with toe rings because I've just been eating that way. Like like
Oh yeah.
multi-grain breads and all that other stuff. So and it's cool, and I'm down, but it's still at the same time, it's just like I saw the
Oh
challenge,
no.
and I give a shout out to you because you did the before and after pics and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, that's off the chain. I can't be on social media with my shirt off right now. Mm-mm. Not yet, not
Oh,
yet.
bro.
I
Hey,
don't
look,
care the
whole
before
time.
and
Hey, look,
after. Mm-mm.
bro. I'm not gonna hold you. The shirt off drink was. I was like, man, my ego. But I was like, you know what, man, it's cool. You know what? If I can help somebody, you know what I'm saying, help and that, and you know what I'm saying, motivate somebody, I'll be the sacrifice, dog.
E, let me tell you
And then
something.
you know who else? Hey, look, nah. You know who else helped me though?
Who?
Kevin on stage, young. I be seeing Kevin on
Oh,
stage with his shirt off all
100%.
the time,
That
yo.
is very true.
I was built like Kevin on stage, and I feel like, hey man, if Kevin on stage do it, I can do it. Why
I gotta be
not?
honest with you. You know who would help me would probably be Rick Ross, Big
Facts.
Man Vader. Um,
Nah,
um,
hey, look, Rick Ross helped a lot of brothers out. Him and Fat Joe. You like, you know what, man? If
but
Fat Joe and Rick Ross can do it, why not? You know?
but see, this is the thing though. If you have that type of tax bracket, you could do that stuff. I don't
This
have
is
that
true.
tax bracket. My tax bracket is like no, no. Matter of fact, when I file my taxes, they say I have to have a shirt on.
Hey,
It
look,
says that.
hey, look, your tax bracket is cutoffs at best.
Exactly. 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 they're like they're like tank tops 10% deduction. Like is that type of thing, man. It's crazy. I'm like, nah, man. I ain't. Mm-mm.
Hey,
But
nah, but
yeah, but
nah, man.
shout
I
out to you
definitely.
though, bro. How you feeling? How
Hey,
you?
nah. I feel good, bro. Like I'm really I just the lowest I've been. I haven't been this weight. Like I'm at 202 now, and I haven't been this weight since like it's been like over a decade, bro. It's been a
Oh
long
wow,
time, yo.
202. You had my
Yeah.
birth weight.
Duh. So I can kind of see the light. I'm trying to get under 200. Ultimately, I want to get to like 180, yeah. And
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
because look, here's my rule of thumb, right? I figure if
Uh-huh.
I get to 180, I can kind of binge, and then I can be at like 190, and I can kind of get I can kind of maintain that.
You be like, I'm 190. Time to get back down. Like,
Yeah. See, yeah, right, exactly. That's my whole logic of thinking. And like if I get to 190, I'd be like, all right, well, let me go ahead and get back. You know what I'm saying, dude? Because 200, that drain could balloon. Duh, it can balloon quick. You be 220, 230 off nothing.
right. Then you all of a sudden you're like 250. Like,
Yeah,
where did
exactly.
that come from? Like, man, it's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. It's
So
crazy.
man, so that's my rule of thumb. Like, all right, if I get to 180, then I can kind of maintain from there, yo.
Then you be straight. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think I'm just getting to the point, man. Like, we both at the upper 30s. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
it's time. It's time. Like
Oh
we've had
nah.
our fun in the 20s, we had our fun in the 30s, but now you don't want to be that big 40-year-old dude. Like what I'm saying, unless
Yeah.
you Rick
And
Ross.
then right, and then the longer you go, man, the harder it is to reverse it, bro.
Oh, 100%. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, like is working out is weird too because it's kind of like you go to work out and in your mind you know you can lift certain things or whatever, but then when the muscle get to it, you just like, wait a minute, man, I used to be able to, and then you got to spend at least a week realizing that you're not 18 no more. Like,
Oh, fact.
you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But nah, man. Hey, look, man. Man, nah, like I said, shout out to my man Warren, man. Shout out to Ferocious Fitness, man. If you want to get right, I say anybody do the challenge, man. If you do it, my testimony with it, man. If you just stick with it, because a lot of people don't stick with it. I figure if you just do half of the stuff that he
Mm.
wants you to do, man, or a quarter of the stuff he wants you to do, you're going to see results. And half of the problem is the food, yo. That's the
Oh
problem.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we all like I mean we all have. I know I had a bad relationship with food because I love it. Me and her was toxic together. You know what I'm saying?
He had to break up. He had to break up with the
you
food.
know, oh nah, me and her was beefing, dog. Oh, this past 30 days I've been beefing with food, son. Like I'm looking at commercials, like every dog. This is why I realized why we got problems too, son. I look at basketball games and all the commercials are pizza, uh, fast food.
Beer.
Dog, I saw like beer. I'm like, yo, this is insane. This is why we are the way we are, dog. They want
Yep.
us to fucking eat everything that we want to see, bro.
Oh yeah, big time. Like they be waiting. They just be like, oh, wings.
Dog,
Be like, we've
dog,
invented
this
wings with cheese in it. Like what?
you be like, man, I like cheese and I like wings.
like like
Man, yeah, I'm gonna
like
do it.
like honest, because KFC had this thing like I think it was like a month ago. It might even still be on the menu to rival the Popeyes chicken sandwich. They had their own chicken sandwich, but the buns were Krispy Kreme donuts.
I saw that. Yeah,
Now you got two Krispy Kreme donuts, cheese, and a piece of fried chicken breast right in the middle. Just
crazy,
call it heart attack. That's what. Just call that. Call it what it
bro.
is.
Like, and another thing now, like when I'm getting to now, like some of that stuff kind of makes me sick to look at, bro. I like, oh, I don't even want
Oh
that
yeah,
joint.
yeah, yeah. Once you start getting
Dog,
sugar outside, like outside of your body, outside of your diet or whatever, once you try, it's hard to reintroduce it because you get sick.
yeah, and this is the longest I've been without bacon and sausage.
That's real.
Like, yo, nah, it's crazy, man.
So
But
let me
nah,
ask you
man.
this
Hey,
question: Have you had the relatives come up to you with the famous black person quote? You lost a lot of weight. You sick?
nah, not yet.
That's gonna come when the world opens back up. That's gonna come. You sick? You got that
Nah,
COVID?
man. Nah.
Don't be asking all these questions. Like, oh my god. Like, no, I'm
Nah,
just
but
taking care of myself.
hey, nah, yeah, facts. But I mean, it not about the money, but I mean, I just want to say it was a good experience, man. I'll tell anybody to do it. I think in the long terms, like money is cool, but the what I got from the health on the health side goes a lifetime, man. So yeah, nah,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to Ferocious Fitness, man. Appreciate it.
So now you're gonna start shopping at H&M.
Oh, I'm already there, baby. I mean, hey, look. Hey, look, I took an X off my shit, bro. So,
You're like, I'm just large.
yeah, you
What?
know what I'm saying? And that's by choice, you know what I'm saying? Like I could probably not. Hey, look, I now if I get to a medium, then we got issues. Like I don't want to get that small, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna be walking around with fishnet shirts on. And be like,
Yeah, yeah, nah.
you gonna be
That's
walking
when.
around. You're gonna be walking around looking like Cameo.
Yeah, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's when I'll just be at the beach with speedos on just because I can, bro.
I know. The seagull's gonna be like, oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, that's one thing about being black. That's what the black experience is tough because we always have to be cool at all times, son.
100%. You can't just go out and act a fool. No, that's what the
We have to,
70s was for.
oh, even in our moments of death, we still got to be cool.
Right. It's too much pressure.
Too much pressure, son.
Yeah, just have an uncool moment.
Dog, you know who I want to live life like? You know
JB
Bert
Scoop.
Kreischer. Nah, not it, even he don't live like Bert Kreischer, son.
Who's Bert
Bert
Kreischer?
Kreischer, the white comedian that always got his shirt off and he's mad overweight.
Oh nah, I didn't.
The
Yeah,
dog, think his name is Bert Kreischer, the machine. Then he does stand up. He just takes his shirt off. He's partying when he wants to. He's a family man, but he just lives life like like
that's
nothing.
wild. That's wild.
I heard a funny story about him, man. This dude named comedian Ali, right? He's like, man, he said Bert Kreischer went to go pick him up from his hotel. He said he gets to the hotel with no shirt on. He's like he just looked at him like, bro, like he had no shirt on. Look, he said then he had his toes out, his fingernails were painted. He said, well, he said, oh yeah, no, I just came from I had the kids, we were at the beach or whatever, man. I just came to check you out, whatever. So he said, man, so when he picked him up, he's taking him to his car. He said, so
Yeah.
the first car he saw was like a Honda Civic. He's like, his mind, he's thinking, white guy, no shirt on, he's driving a Honda Civic.
Hmm. Hmm.
He said, no, he said, so no. He said, he gets to this big ass Mercedes and he's like, it's like a 600 Benz or whatever. He gets in there. He's just like, yo, I want to live like this dude. He has no care in the world, yo.
See, let me tell you something. It's freedom and just not caring.
It is, yo. It is.
It's 100% freedom and not caring. Because like once you just do it, it's just like, what are y'all really gonna do to me?
Yeah, yo. That
I
it
think,
does. And I'm
and I
I,
think that's the genius of Chappelle too. Because Chappelle's at that point where he's just like, you can't cancel me.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that's not caring.
Dog, when you and I'm gonna tell you, when you realize the illusion of all this stuff we got going on, it frees you up to another level that you
Yeah.
can't even understand, bro.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm almost on the cusp of it, dog. Like I see it. I'm starting to feel it though, and I'm like, yo, all right, I get it now, bro. I get it.
Is I'm almost there. I gotta be honest with you because I'm halfway there only because it takes that to do stand up.
Yeah,
Like
right.
that,
You're right.
it takes at that point it takes, but then you regress because you start to think in your head like I you want to impress you,
Yeah.
and
Dog,
that
now
becomes
that
a
goes to
different argument.
dog. That goes to man. Shout out to my favorite, my all time favorite comedian, Patrice O'Neal. Man, I saw the documentary last Friday, and it was sad, bro. It was good, but it was sad
Hmm.
because it brought that point of I get it now, like why he was the way he was,
Yeah,
and I get this analogy, and it's kind of like watching your favorite musician, and then you found out how the trick is done,
yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, ah, man, and that's what made it kind of like, cause he's my favorite comedian. I put him up here, like I know me personally, I got him over everybody. That he's my favorite
Hmm.
comedian,
Yeah,
and it was kind of like, damn, man, I just see how I saw Superman's weakness, and it was like,
yeah,
dang, yo, like the vulnerability of the thing, and just like his bout with food and
mhm,
depression and stuff like that, and
yep,
how his what made him tick and what made him be the way he was, and a lot of it was like he kind of self destructed.
yeah, bro. And that happens. That happens a lot, especially like when you're doing comedy, because comedy is so. Because this is the thing, you gotta understand. Like people are laughing at your pain. Like you get a
Yeah,
divorce, that's painful to for
yeah,
anybody, right? But then you
right,
go and you do stand up, and people you're making jokes about it. So literally, they're laughing at moments in your life, and there's a psychology, there's a thing behind it where you just kind of like, oh my god, like these people really are laughing at this. That's why you'll see a comedian, they'll go on stage, they do their set, they're doing all that stuff, they may be all animated. When they come off, it's just like a piece of you is still up there, and you're kind of in the back, like, and it's just because it's a lot. It's mind numbing.
Yeah, yeah, nah, facts, man.
It's a lot to deal
Facts,
with,
yo,
man.
like,
When you're doing it right. Let me say it this
yeah.
way. When you're doing it right. When you ain't going up there just telling booger jokes.
Yeah, he done, and that's another thing why I used to love him, man, because he would get up there and he wasn't up there running around doing a lot of
Mhm.
stuff. He would sit up there on a bench and just give you straight game for an hour and a half, and just but look, you'll be like this, like locked in the
Yeah.
whole entire time, and he's
Oh
just
yeah.
up there giving you game, talking to people, just it was yeah, it's like you were having a conversation with a friend, but it was supposed to be a stand up.
Right. Right. And you're just like, man, I got out here making life choices now.
Yeah.
I'm out here doing real stuff. Yeah, man.
Nah, man, and yo, and nah, man, but man, rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal. If you don't get a chance, if you haven't got a chance, go check that out, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Patrice
What was
O'Neal
wrong?
documentary on Comedy Central, but I think you can go watch it on YouTube now.
Okay. Okay. Definitely, man. When while we in the somber mood real quick, we want to give our prayers to Tiger Woods, because if y'all don't know, Tiger Woods earlier this week is driving at a high rate of speed and crashed his car. It was just a single car accident where he crashes his car, and I believe both legs and everything were trapped. They had to get the jaws of life to get him out, and it was crazy because now he was in surgery for a long time. It was just, woof, it was wild. It was wild,
Yeah.
and it just
Now,
now his golfing future is in jeopardy though, because now it's from what I hear, like the surgery, because the details and everything is still sketchy, because of course they're still doing like investigations and all that. But they said that he was in surgery, and I don't know if anybody's ever seen that Tiger Woods documentary. I've seen all three parts of it. That documentary said a lot.
yeah, I read the book.
And to me, I just feel like all of this connected, and it's scary. It's a little
No,
scary.
because I don't think people understand how many back surgeries he had.
Yeah, man.
Yo, back surgery. He's had, I mean, Achilles, all kinds of stuff, man.
Now, if you
So
think about it, he's a golfer, but he's been through the surgeries of like a professional wrestler or a professional stuntman, like where people throw
yeah,
their bodies around and stuff like that. But he's a golfer.
yeah, and but you know what? A lot he suffered a lot of injuries from doing SEAL training.
Exactly. And it almost feels like he wants to, and I'm not trying to diagnose anybody or whatever, but it almost feels like he wants to self mutilate himself in a way, where it's like, I know my body is what makes me money, but I just want to screw it up. I just want to go and screw it up. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
it was he had a it was a weird situation with him, man. Because at the height of his career, he started doing SEAL training and he started doing like these crazy things, and like
And
it
that's what
didn't
I
make
mean.
sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it
'cause
was just like, ugh, it was a lot, bro.
bro, like at the time he was like, dude, you like the world's number one golfer, and like you're about to go do Navy SEAL training, and you want to go join the Marines or something like that. It was something crazy.
And I mean, and it's like, for what? Like, I do know that the only other person that I've ever heard do that is Drew Brees. Like, he used to do that for like the beginning of uh the season or whatever. He would go and train. He would go through what, Hell Week with the Marines and stuff like that. But only that, and that was only because he lived down the street from where like in Texas, like where they were like training or whatever. But I mean, that was it. But I doubt Drew Brees was like, yo, like, let me get a gun and let me go in and let me, like, like Tiger Woods was
Nah,
like Call of Duty. Like,
yeah. Nah, he was real live Call of Duty though.
like it's a lot. And I just feel like, man, like a lot of that stuff is like a, I don't know, man. It just feels like it's a cry
He
for help.
Now he I mean earlier on, but yeah, he had it was a lot of issues with Tiger Woods. But you know what too? I think he suffered from the Bill Cosby thing, where you
Mm,
get put in you Bill Cosby, you Tiger Woods, and you have to portray a certain image, and anything you do that's not according to that image is scrutinized, you know.
yep.
And you know how much pressure that is to live like that, bro.
Oh, 100%. Pastors do it all the time.
Facts. Shout out to that. But
They do it all the time. That's why when they make one mistake, it becomes
yeah,
like, you think about it like this, like the dude Carl Lentz, right? He had, now mind you, he had a long affair or whatever, this, that, and the third. But with that, if you have an affair, you're not losing your job. So you're
right,
not losing your livelihood. You get to still go to work.
right,
Like, this
exactly.
dude cheated on his wife and lost absolutely everything.
Everything,
Like,
everything.
even your reputation. Your reputation is
Yeah,
now tied to your work, it's tied to everything. And so now all of it's gone. Like, you
which
can't
is
you
which
can't
is
you can't go work at Sears now. Like
which is always what I always find is weird because it's like what happened to the comeback story? Like
well, I'm
that
trying.
goes with cancel culture too, yeah. And like we cancel somebody so they could never work again. They could never. So what happened? Like you just could never earn an income. You're just dead to the world.
But yet and still, we still, we quick to cancel people, but then at the same time, we quick to say that the legal system doesn't work, and you jail men and you keep them in, and it doesn't rehabilitate them, this, that, and the third, and they should stay in jail, and this is all this and this, all that. Bruh, like, the jail system is cancel culture.
Yeah, it's canceling life.
Right.
Yo,
It's like there's
yeah,
no
dog.
there's nothing else you can do from there. And they try
Yeah,
to
like
make
you get yeah, dude. They giving like I mean, it's people that did stuff when they're like 16. They getting 50 years. Like you know how much how much I have evolved since I was
Mhm.
16. How much you know how much I evolved since I was 30
Right.
to now. So I'm
Yeah.
like, dog, people change, your mindset change. Like for you to have one mistake or something to happen and it just cancels out everything you ever did in life,
Bruh.
it's
Like,
insane.
and let's be honest, like, you look at stories like Tukey Williams, you know what I mean? Who, the head of the Crips or the Bloods.
It's
And
Crips, it's Crips.
those Crips, I'm sorry. And now, they still sentenced him to death row, and God rest his soul, they went through with it. But this dude went to jail and was writing children's books, but then was also talking about how, like, they weren't set up to do that in the neighborhoods. Like, they weren't, like, it was other rogue people, and sometimes they had to defend themselves. Like, it's a whole
Nah,
story behind it, but it's just like,
but
it's crazy.
man, you know what helps me to have compassion for people now? Like it I think going through everything I went through and just like with different things, whatever, and just now I'm learning to have like a sense of compassion for like adults when at one point I still have I still have not as much, but I still have a little bit more.
Hmm.
Cause I still think like this. You're still grown. You still know what you're doing. That's another thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I look at it like this. Like at one point you was a kid, and like you were a child at one point, and like you like that. You always think I think about this. What happened? What went wrong?
Yeah.
Like when you because you're a child. You as a child. Some people. I mean, you know, you're a product of your environment. You think the way you think because you've been
Hmm.
through certain
Hmm.
things. And
Hmm.
then you just think like, duh, you're a clean slate as a child. When you're first born, for the most part, you're a clean slate.
Hmm.
And then you have to get taught and learn all these other things as you grow up.
Yeah.
And you like, dog, you get to the point you think about somebody as adulthood, like, dude, you look at like what happened, bro. Like, how did you get like this?
Yep.
And it
Yep.
comes from a place.
And my thing is this, and you hitting it, because let's be real, like, therapy will take you throughout all of that because and kind of circling back to Tiger Woods, I think that's where he needs to go. Because to me, all these things are not by themselves. All these issues are
Yeah,
not by themselves. And if you've seen the doc and the thing about the doc is that the common denominator was the fact that a lot of stuff he did, he was driving fast. Like it was the adrenaline rush. Like
yeah.
the Navy SEAL stuff is an adrenaline rush. All those things are adrenaline rushes. And I think that
Hey,
golf doesn't give him that adrenaline rush anymore ever since his
dog,
father passed.
dog. You know another thing I think of too. The adrenaline rush part of it too, but he's not able to be that dominant force in golf no more. And I wonder, does that joint it mess with him?
But you know what? I ain't gonna lie though, dude. I've seen him beat even the greats now. Like was it
Yeah,
Rory McIlroy
yeah, yeah.
or
Phil Mickelson, all them dudes.
Phil Mickelson? Like literally, like even the newer guys though, even the newer guys
Yeah,
before him,
he just won it. He just won a master what, like a couple years
yeah.
ago.
And so like he kind of has that thing where it's almost like Jordan, where he's just like, yo, I can turn this on. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And when he's on, he's great. And I really feel like, it's just right now it's kind of like you go to the mountaintop and you see that there's nowhere else to go. And it's like, well, what do I do now?
yeah, yeah. Nah, I do. I mean, that's why I'm grateful for the way my life turned out, because I put so much effort into basketball at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
To I knew from like when I was like in 11th grade, I was like, I kind of feel like where this is going,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not naive. I can bust my ass and I can go to JUCO. I can do all this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, all right, but then what? Like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, I gotta figure this out, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just, and the thing about it is that you have parents too that like really helped you out. You had
Yeah,
parents
right, right,
that
right.
really made sure that it
I had
wasn't
options.
just basketball, but you were well rounded. Like,
Yeah, I
you
had
still
options, yeah.
enjoyed life. You still were
Right,
able
right, right.
to, enjoy stuff. And so like you almost felt like you didn't have to. Like you didn't have to
Yeah.
you know, go crazy. Like
It's
gotta make the NBA because my family needs me to. Like you weren't doing that. You were doing it because it was your love. Is that's what you love to
Yeah,
do.
nah, that's a fact. Nah, and some people don't, and I get it, dog. Some people don't have that option, man. I had that,
Yeah.
or not even know they can do something else.
Right, right. Like to me, I never wanted to be. And when I was a kid, yeah, I wanted to be NFL stuff like that or whatever. But as I got older, I was like, man, screw the NFL. I want to be the agent.
Yeah, I started thinking outside of it. Right, right.
To me, the person who's richer than Michael Jordan is David Falk because he not only has Michael Jordan, but he has Peyton Manning. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, and he don't got to get hit.
Right, right.
He don't got to
Like,
worry. He don't got to worry about blowing the ACL. He ain't got to worry about.
dude, all he has to do is worry about fixing their issues, which
Yeah,
probably is a handful in itself. But I mean, it's just the fact of like just seeing like the is man. I always wanted to be above that. Like some
nah,
because
nah.
sometimes you just because it feels like you just become the worker on a grander scale. You know
Dog,
what I'm
but you
saying?
know what, man? And you know what we learned. We shout out to my man Cortez Hustle. We had him on the show last week, and we talked about the school system, how it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
It's set up for you to be a worker. It's set up for you
One
to
hundred
not
percent.
think outside the box, and it's set up for you to like what we do now and how we think. We outlaws. Like we don't think we can work in the conform, but what we think, how we think now, is
Mm-hmm.
totally outside the box. Yeah,
Oh,
but you're
absolutely.
not taught that.
No, you're taught go get a good government job.
And just be cool with that.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Nah,
go
but
and then retire, and then you be able to just blah blah blah. And it's just like, nah. I've seen the other side of that, and I'm just nah.
right, that's and
Yeah.
that's my thing. I've seen the other side of it. Like, all
Mhm.
right, man. Like, That's cool and all. I can really pay dog. I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Like I can really you can do the same thing. We can really just ride this thing out and don't do nothing.
I mean, I almost feel like this. I feel like um retirement is for like an insta how can I put this? Because it's gonna sound real insensitive, and I don't want to sound insensitive, but when you got your mind fixed in a certain way, you're looking forward to retiring because when you retire, that means that I'm done. But when you have a
Yeah.
purpose, I've never seen a person retire from their purpose.
Yeah, I don't dog. Like I don't know what that
You
means.
know
I
what
don't
I'm
know what
saying?
retirement means, man.
Yeah, like you retire from your job. That's one thing. I
Yeah.
get that because there are days where you get up and you don't feel like it. But when you have a
Right.
purpose, even when you don't
You
feel
know,
like it, you're still doing it. It doesn't affect you that much, but it carries you throughout your whole life. Like if civil rights is your purpose, then you're literally fighting civil rights until, shout out to John
yeah,
Lewis.
like
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
John Lewis never retired. Dog. Quincy Jones never retired. He's still
Like,
working.
exactly. And it's just
You
when it's your purpose,
right.
that's when you know
Now,
it.
now, and then, but granted, the granted, shout out to everybody that has that has retired or did whatever. But
Hmm.
that's not everybody's thing, and I get that part. Like some
Hmm.
people are just cool with just living there, going that job, and just retire, man. That's cool. Like
Hmm.
go ahead and do your thing. The thing is with whatever makes you happy, though. That's the major
Right.
thing.
Right. And to me, I'm just like, man, let me tell you something. It's so many people when you go to Santa Monica Boulevard and Santa Monica Pier and around there or whatever, you do see a lot of beach bums.
Oh
And
yeah,
these are people who have retired from life,
yeah,
from the grid. They're like, yo, we are 100% happy. I'm happy with this van. I get to walk around and carry seashells. And guess what? If I get tired of this view, get my van and I go down the street or I go wherever. I can just go and do whatever I need to do. You know what I mean? And I don't know where they get money from, how they get money, this, that, and the third for gas and all that other stuff. But I mean, it's just when you see them, they almost look like they're like catatonic. Like they're just very relaxed. They're very, uh, like they're
yeah.
very chill. And I'm like, that's to me, that's the peace.
Yeah.
That's what you
Nah,
attain to be. You don't attain to be,
dog.
oh, I'm gonna retire so I could just be tired. So I'm gonna be retired. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be tired. I'm just gonna be tired all over again. Like, no, man. Like
Yeah, nah, facts.
to me, like that's when you got to find your purpose, man. Your purpose you will never, ever, ever retire from.
Nah, that's a fact. Dog, we had it. Dog, we got a gym. Yo, this girl told me, I'm gonna post her drink, but she gave me a bar, yeah. We
Mm-hmm.
were talking about relationships, right? And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, she said, God, what would she say, yo? Yeah, her relationship was I got messed it because I'm about to torture her. Yeah, she
You
gave me
about
a bar, but
you,
it was
she
I was
probably
about to
walked
remix the
like
hell
I
out
ain't
that.
say
Right,
that.
I was about to remix the hell out that joint. Yeah, I was about to remix that joint. I ain't gonna even do it. Yeah, I gotta hit her up and ask her what that joint was. Yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna even do it like that, man.
But man, and that's another thing, man. Like relationships and stuff like that, man. It's like, man, you got when you got people pulling on you and pulling
Yeah,
your energy and all
yeah,
that, bruh. That's deep. All
it's
right,
a real.
so we getting into different territory.
I know, man.
All
What
right,
we got on the menu, man?
so the next joint that we got down the line is, yo, let's be honest, are the Lakers in trouble? Because right
They are
now,
in
I
trouble.
think we've seen. For y'all that don't know, you got 4 to 6 weeks without Anthony Davis because of I think it's Achilles, right?
Achilles. Yeah,
Achilles,
Achilles.
right? And so that's and then even when he comes back, he's gonna be ginger on it because last thing you want to do is pop that Achilles. So then you got a 36-year-old LeBron James still trying to take over like how he usually does, but he's tired and he's hurting and all this and all that. Then you got him going into the All-Star game, and he's gonna have to be an All-Star because he is the All-Star, and this is his record 17th All-Star game. So
Jeez.
so
Straight though.
it's straight. You know what I mean? And
Jeez.
probably as the number one vote getter every single time. You know,
That's
and so
crazy.
like I just feel like right now, you know, is it going to be close to time for LeBron to go ahead and call it a day, man? Call it quits because he has what this year left in his contract.
I think it's next year. Next
Next
year.
year. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, next year. Next year.
Next year. Uh, me personally, I think the Lakers, man. I think they gotta get reloaded, man.
Hmm.
Um, I
But I
mean the
feel like
team is
they've
cool.
reloaded already because look at you got Schroeder, you got all these guys who, I mean, to
But
me, they're more than support players.
no, we do, but we gotta find somebody that can at least negate Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis, I mean, they help that can kind of like back up Anthony Davis and not because it's a huge drop off after Anthony Davis.
Well, now they've really been looking at trying to pick up DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, we need something because after we get past Anthony Davis, that drop off was crazy. Shout out to Trails, but my Trails is only like 6'9", 6'8", bro.
Hmm.
And when you go against those bigger athletic power forwards or centers, he gets killed. Like Jokic used to Jokic killed them.
Yeah, man. Like it's just to me, he's not enough. He's
Nah,
good,
it's
but
not
he's
enough.
not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to
And
me, like,
Parker, I mean, and Marcus All is Marcus All. Marcus All is older. He's nice side, but he's older. He can't check anybody. He can't check a athletic 5 or 4.
but see, to me, this is where, and I'm gonna bring this up. Kyle Kuzma is overrated. He's a waste of space. He's not a good NBA player. Matter of fact, I think he's trash as an
Oh
NBA
man,
player. Oh,
just
I
kill
will I will
Kuz.
go at it. The reason is because of this. You want to look cute more than you play basketball. Like go do your job. If your team is losing and your team signed you and they gave put faith in you, show up. Because I've watched the Lakers games and he picks and chooses where he shows up.
I will say this, man. Kuz is very, very inconsistent.
He's
Isn't
the
yeah,
antithesis of inconsistent.
yeah.
Like that.
You never know. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get with Kuz, man. He's up and down. He showed glimpse. Yeah, he had some. That's what got him his contract because he showed some glimpse
And
in the
that's what I mean.
finals and he
But
and
that's
in
what
the
I mean.
conference final.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's just like it's at those points. But I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a contract if you can't do that from beginning to end. But you're gonna pick and choose when you do it. But you got a 36-year-old LeBron James doing it. And to me, I even think,
And you gotta look. You got a 36-year-old LeBron James out there busting his ass though, like going hard though.
and let's be and I'm gonna keep it a buck. All the LeBron haters gotta shut up now.
Oh
They
yeah,
gotta
nah, my
shut up
man.
because look
He
at
putting it on the line.
he's doing everything that he possibly can. So it's
Yeah,
not
he
like,
not with with no minute restrictions.
exactly. Exactly. So I mean,
Nah,
like I
hey,
just
look, we they gonna I think they gonna pull off another trade. I wish we would get JJ Redick. We need somebody that can just straight out flat out shoot, yo.
yeah, but I also feel like y'all miss Rondo.
Oh
Rondo
nah, we
was
definitely do.
was a great, great, great part. And to me, I would have paid Rondo because Rondo was that vet, that guy, he's smart basketball player, and that's what you need. To me, between Rondo and Chris Paul, like
Yeah,
those guys
you know
really they're the glue of your
now you
team.
know yeah, another thing with guys like that, they're effective without scoring.
Yeah.
Shout out to and Draymond Green. That's why he's such a valuable piece in with the Warriors. Because he's effective without putting up a lot of shots. But he still controls the game. And he's
What
still a
what what does
valuable
Charles
asset.
Barkley say? He had a triple single.
Yeah, yeah.
Draymond Green,
He's
king of the triple singles.
he'll give you quadruple singles. He might have like 7 steals. Any almost uses all his fouls.
100%. Yes, yes. But I mean, and I honestly think that his time is coming to a close with the Warriors as well.
I don't know. I don't know.
I do.
I don't know.
I got a feeling because I got a feeling that once you bring back once Clay Thompson comes back, to me, they're gonna have to retool their team, and Draymond is either gonna have to take a reduced role or something because one, you're paying too much money for him just to be that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's too much just for him to be the
And
Jerome
then
Lee.
that, but that goes. I mean, that can go for you, man. Shout out to my man Kenny. We had this argument all the time about Ben Simmons.
Mm.
Like Ben Simmons frustrates the hell out of me, bro.
Yes, he
I
does.
just can't. I just can't fathom that this dude can't not shoot the ball to save his life. And
Yeah,
it's frustrating to watch, bro. Like I hate, but he's effective sometimes. But I just hate watching it. It just he stands in the lane sometimes, and Joel and B's there at the same time, and it's clunky, and it looks terrible.
I mean, mind you, last night they looked great. Of recently, they look great, but that's because of the opponents to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the people who they're playing. You know, they found a way to gel well. That's totally fine. To me, he is completely overrated as well. Like, let's be honest.
Doc, I think he does a good job of not say hiding his
Hiding. You're
sufficiency,
right.
but
You know, you're right. Hiding.
well,
Hiding.
you can't hide it because we all know about it. So he just
Well, well,
he
I,
does a good job of
yeah.
maneuvering around it.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But it just feels like,
That hey, now who did a good job of hiding shit? Shout out to Urban Meyer because I did not know Tim Tebow couldn't throw.
oh,
Oh,
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know he was that bad of a quarterback, yo.
Because as soon as you see, and that's what we think about quarterbacks. As soon as the quarterback doesn't like throw the ball and he starts to run, you'd be like, oh, there was no options open. That's the first thing you think of. There was no options open. No, he wanted to run from the beginning because he can't throw the ball. Like,
I didn't know, dog, I did not know, dog. Man, look, shout out to Urban Meyer. He's a real magician, young. Like that Bama's oh my god, dog. He had us all fooled, dog. We did not know this Bama couldn't throw.
plus all of Tebow's yardage was like, short yardage passes, like dink and
Yeah,
dunk
little
right
dinking
across the
dunks.
middle, and then all of a sudden you had the receivers just take them, or the running back just take it. So
And then it helps when you have Percy Harvey. You're like, well, shit, at least I could just throw it along and let Percy Harvey get
exactly,
it.
exactly. Like,
Nah, man. Hey, what else? What we got on the menu?
yo, all right. So last joint that we got for today. Oh, Russell Wilson. Him and the Seahawks are coming to what everybody's thinking is the end of his time in Seattle because Seattle's not happy with him. He's not happy with Seattle. He wants to go to a different market at this point in his career and end it and try to transition into something else. To me, I got to be honest with you. He put out this list of people that he would want to be traded to. On that short list was the Saints.
I can
And
see that.
to me, I feel like LeBron, I don't think LeBron started this, but LeBron popularized it where his time in LA isn't just playing in LA. He's setting up for the after career, all that stuff to easily roll into it. To me, I see Russell Wilson, he has a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, this, that, and the third. If you set up your roots somewhere, and you could even say like DC, you could easily go into politics. You could easily be on the front line of certain things or whatever. So to me, I think that wherever Russell Wilson wants to go is going to have to be a place where he can transition. Because right now, I see
Hey,
Russell Wilson and Sierra on
what?
everything.
Oh
Stuff
yeah,
that
what was the?
they hosting the Country Music Awards, like stuff that they have no reason to do, but they're doing it. So I really
Hey, yo,
feel like they're enough for that.
what was the list of teams?
The only one that I saw was the Saints, and that was because people were shocked by
Spoken
that.
like a true Saints
Well,
fan.
no, because they were shocked by that because now they're starting to push Drew Brees because there was all the rumblings that Drew Brees is coming back. So now when they said that the Saints and him kind of have mutual interest, they're like, well, where does Drew Brees fall into this? Because he hasn't even made his announcement yet. And they're saying
Yo,
like he wants to come back but play like a different role and have Jameis Winston. And then what does that leave Jameis Winston? Like he's not going to be the backup to another quarterback. Like you know what I'm saying?
and so I see my man. Shout out to my man Phil. He's producing today. He has Dallas and the Bears, yeah.
Which I mean, but that goes without. He's definitely not going to the Bears. He's not going to Chicago because Chicago, I think, has their. They've been in talks with. Oh
Hey yo,
God,
I can
what
see it.
quarterback
Yeah, I can see him going. I can see him going to Dallas.
to Dallas? I
Dog,
don't know.
Jerry would drop Prescott so easy if he gets Russell Wilson.
I think Dallas wants to. I think Dallas wants to get rid of Dak, but the problem is this: is that they know if they get rid of Dak, he's going to Washington, and not because oh Washington is a great place, but because
Nah, he want to see him twice.
yeah, and he's like I want to be able to go ahead and handle what I need to handle. I want to go ahead and I want to beat y'all every single chance that I get. And it's going to be something that's going to be like that to me, man. That's why I don't like Dallas as an organization. I just
Oh no,
don't.
dude, man. Well, Dallas will never get anywhere until Jerry Jones gets out of his way, yo.
Yeah, and I think and that's all sports too. I think all the owners just need to part ways with their teams. Not all of them, but the owners like
Man,
him,
Snyder,
Washington, who else? Like is all a mindset, and the mindset
yeah,
always starts at the top, and it goes throughout the
like
organization.
now I know your man he's probably regretting him staying with Belichick because look at what happened there.
Who?
Kraft with Belichick
Oh
in
crap!
New England.
No,
Yo,
I think you stay
but
with
look,
Belichick.
but look at Doug. All right, the coach can only do so much. You still gotta have personnel. All right, and Belichick's ego got the best of him, dog. He tried to get rid of Tom Brady for Garoppolo, bro.
Oh, 100%. I get it. I get it. But to me, if they had made that change sooner, they would have been better off. Like if they
How?
could because you would have people would have got more used to it. You would have had more time for
Yeah, but then, dog,
let's be real.
they
Where would Tom Brady go during that time? Like
not
where
even
would he
go,
go?
but dog, they kept giving them trash ass receivers. Dog, he had no receiving core. Yo,
And I get it. I 100% get it. But to me, I just feel like now, what do you do? Like what do? You get rid of Tom Brady early on. You get used to the fact of this. You groom him in your system because the system
but
was
look,
actually still relatively new at the time, and people were still getting used to it. Defensive coordinators were still getting used to it, and that was a thing.
but
Now all of a sudden, dude,
but dog, you still gotta have personnel, bro. Like I don't, you can have all the systems in the world, but you still gotta have personnel to execute the system, bro. You don't got the
100,
right personnel, it don't really matter.
100%.
Like everybody talk that bullshit about systems in it. You gotta have players, bro. You gotta have the right people that can actually play. I don't care what system you got, you still gotta be able to play.
I gotta keep it a buck though. I'm not gonna lie to you. The triangle offense. That's a system
Yeah,
that you can run. It helps and it makes you more dominant when you have people like Shaq and Kobe, or you have
Kobe, Mike
Michael
Jordan, Pippen.
Jordan. It makes you dominant. But like, let's say the Boston Celtics right now do it, and they start to run the triangle or whatever, they'll be all right.
It'll be all right, but they got personnel. They still got a team that's a pretty good team.
Nah, their team is trash.
Nah,
I don't like
that I
Boston.
mean,
I don't like Boston. That's why I was just talking.
nah,
And you a
yo,
Lakers
but you
fan.
know,
You're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to admit anything about Boston.
I did say that. I don't know what you're talking about. I said no such thing.
He's like,
Hey,
oops.
look. Hey, 1, 2, 4, fifth. There's so many letters in the amendment. There's so many
One,
numbers,
two, three, four,
but
five.
I don't like to exercise. Fifth.
I love it. Oh my god! Shout out to the Pell Show. Oh my
My
god!
baby said, he said, hold, let me drink my water. Hold on, let me drink my water. Fifth.
Chappelle, listen, Chappelle is dog. He's the greatest. He's the greatest. Honestly, I think I put. I mean, I kind of put him over Eddie. I'm not gonna lie. Him and Eddie to me are like, you know,
Hey, don't Coming to America come out next week, right?
yeah, man. I'm
Eh.
waiting, bro. I'm excited. The only thing that bothers me is that I feel like it's like three trailers that all of them are 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Like, don't give too much away. Don't give too much of the
Nah.
barbershop scene
They
away.
should have they should have just left it at the two trailers, like the one opening joint and then the second one where they kind of like gave the storyline away. And
Exactly.
just leave it at that. Yo, your man looks hilarious in that joint. Tracy Morgan though, son.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know what? I gotta be honest with you, man. God rest his soul. I could easily see Charlie Murphy in
Oh
Coming to
yeah,
America
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh my God, that would be perfect. That would be so
Duh.
perfect, man.
Duh.
Oh
Can
my
you?
God.
I got a feeling your man will be funny in that joint too. Yeah, John Amos, yeah.
Yeah. I got a feeling Wesley Snipes,
Oh yeah.
bruh, because he's
Without a
been
doubt.
waiting to get his comedy joint off though. Like he's been
And but
waiting.
in Alabama's funny though.
Exactly. And it
Cause
was
come on,
wild.
son. Like he had a cult like classic, dog. White Man Can't Jump. He was hilarious in that joint.
Oh, 100%. Oh, let's even keep it real. Tu Wong Fu.
I never watched it. Yeah, it
You
just
never seen it?
I couldn't get past Wesley as a woman. It just
You have to
didn't. I
see it,
couldn't
bro.
get past it, Joe.
You have to see it
It was tough.
because it's funny jokes on the low. It's little
Yo,
because he's aware of it too. Like he's aware of himself in the dress looking crazy. So it's wild.
dog.
It is wild, bro.
You wanna know the backstory? Yeah, I heard the funniest behind the scenes joint. So John Leguizamo's in that joint.
Hmm.
So he he's in the joint and he's talking about how bad the movie was, like filming. He's like halfway through the movie, we knew it was gonna be bad.
Mm.
And so he said like the tensions was high. He said Patrick Swayze was getting mad at him because he kept ad libbing, and he was like, he said so it got to the point where him and Swayze got to a physical fight on set though.
See,
And so he said now we looking crazy. We dress like women and we ain't here
and
fighting on the set. And look, and Wesley Snipes like, man, what the? He just mad. He like, man, what the hell? I'm sick of this shit.
yeah, let's be honest with you. If there was cell phones and camera phones and stuff back then, bruh, could you
Nah.
imagine?
That would have sold the movie back then. They would have had a movie. They were like, well, we know they got on fight on the set, whatever. They would have, that would have made the movies.
It easily. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
we ain't hear none of this stuff till years later.
I don't know if that movie would even survive today.
Yeah, I thought the trans community would have killed that joint.
It would have been, it would have been a lot. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a lot because we're in a real sensitive time right now. So
Yeah,
I'm
they
even
would have murdered that
wondering
joint.
where they're gonna go with Coming to America.
Yeah.
Where that line is gonna come. So, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited to see the movie. I really am. I'm excited to see anything Eddie Murphy comes out with. However,
Without a
I
doubt.
am nervous about his next film after this, where he plays Marion Barry,
Ooh.
and it's a
He playing
serious
Marion
role.
Barry?
Yeah, and it's a serious role. Like it's So I to me, I think he can pull it off. I I've
You
learned
know,
never
not
about
you know who
Eddie
could
Murphy.
have played Marion. You know who could have played Marion Barry?
Who?
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I think between Ali, Ray, like it just feels like he's gonna become that actor that plays
But
every single.
the only reason why I say he could have played him because he kind of looked like him a little bit. Once you
Mhm.
make him old and you put like the hair and
The
everything.
only he would have looked like Bundini Brown. He would have been Bundini Brown to us in our heads, because
Yeah, because he kind of looked like Mary Berry a little bit. Yeah.
right. So it's I don't know, man, but also I started seeing like little not behind the scenes, but seeing him transform. Yo, he's gonna go crazy as Tyson.
Oh yeah,
Jamie
yeah,
Foxx
yeah.
is playing
I
Mike
heard
Tyson, but he's playing
right
not
the
fighter Mike
older
Tyson
version.
but after, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like, and Mike Tyson talked about it and was just like,
yeah.
yeah, he was like, I don't know if I'm ready to, kind
Cause
of see all that.
it's some deep shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like I don't think like people don't understand like I'm like post Mike, like that span from like 2009, 2000 to like now was some wild stuff, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like the coke binges and the overdose and the
His
rehab and
his,
it's some
his,
deep
his
stuff.
baby daughter died. His
Yeah,
four
yeah,
4 year old daughter died. You know what I'm saying? And just even when he talks about it, like you could just see, like it almost seems like he hasn't even kind of come to terms with it. Like I feel like he
man.
has, but like it has
Dude,
split. You know.
he said yeah he said he was messed up how on the set of shout out to one of my favorite movies, The Hangover.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
like that whole period. He said, man, he said I did Hangover and didn't. He said I didn't even know. He said I forgot I did the movie.
Yeah, man.
He
Yeah,
said
that.
he said man, he said man, he said he had did the movie and he said man he was out in Vegas hanging out and he said man he said his man called him on, one of his business partners called him
Mm.
up, was like, hey man, you know that movie did whatever. He's like, man, I don't know what movie, I don't know. He said, yeah man, that movie did The Hangover, man, it's a success or whatever. He's like, what? All right, whatever. His man was like, we back in the game, baby.
And he like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, he was done. He you know he forgot he did the movie.
That's what it is, man. It's just, ugh, man. Kids, stay off of drugs, please.
Depends. Like I was like,
And with that said, this is the OT show. I'm G. Please don't cancel us.
Hey man, me host E. Hey, make me look. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. Hey, shout out to my man Chef Watson, man. We having a very special episode on bar drinks and entrees. It's going to come out next Friday, and it's going to be on their platform, and hope we can get it on Bros Beer Whiskey platform as well, man.
Bet.
So yeah.
Bet. Yeah, man. Good stuff. OT show, y'all. We are out. Deuces.